let this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the day ones. I appreciate the new folks who happen to stumble upon the movement that's called Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you may get your podcast, you can find your man, Captain Will. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We're talking about 5 takeaways. 5 takeaways about the South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball program, the three-time national champion, before we face North Carolina State women's basketball team, currently ranked number 9 in the AP poll, on Sunday at my crib, Spectrum Center, the home of the Charlotte Hornets. It's going down. 2 wonderful basketball games, two games that you have to see. In particular, South Carolina, number 1 versus North Carolina State, number 9. Then after we play, you got Iowa and you got Virginia Tech playing. Okay. North Carolina State is a very good basketball team. We are not going to underestimate North Carolina State. We played them last season in the tournament. They are good. Top 10 in the country at this point. But this discussion is about us. It doesn't matter the opponent that Carolina takes on, be it North Carolina State, be it Michigan, be it UConn, be it UCLA, be it Coppin State. It doesn't matter. As long as we have our stuff together, as long as we are performing up to the level of what we perform to, the opponent doesn't matter. A few takeaways from Michigan and going forward to North Carolina State. Number 1, new roles must take place on this basketball team. The game in Las Vegas, which was, Michigan gave us all we can handle. It has to be different. And if we're starting about change, I think it starts with the starting lineup. The starting lineup has to set the tone for this basketball team. The starting lineup has to put their footprint on the opponent. We have to start faster. And obviously, it's only been 1 game. And I'm not counting no exhibition games against, Memphis and, Clay State. No. I'm talking like it's Michigan. Okay? We have to start faster. We have to be more deliberate. We have to be more intentional with the starting lineup. We have to set the tone. And with that being said, things just got to be different. I love every member of this basketball team from 1 to 13. I love everybody. But Dawn said it during her post-game press conference. Everybody might not like the role that they might be playing now. Things going to change. I believe that 1 to 2 positions could be different on Sunday. I believe that Joyce will start on Sunday. I don't see I really don't see a scenario where Joyce wouldn't start on Sunday. She played about 25 minutes, 27 minutes against Michigan off the bench. She almost had a double-double, 10.7 rebounds. She missed some gimmies that Joyce normally would hit. You know, I think her ability to rebound the basketball, I think her ability to score the basketball is so important of us getting a good start. Minutes distribution is going to be huge for this basketball team because Joyce has to get 25 plus minutes per game. Has to be. Every game, she has to. Tessa Johnson has to get 25 plus minutes a game. Those two things are paramount for this team's success going forward. And we talking about a freshman, an incoming freshman who happened to be the number 3 rated player in the country according to ESPN, number 1 in my heart. Tessa Johnson, who's 25th ranked in the class of 2023, which was grossly under ranked, are two of the better players, two of the best players on this basketball team. I could literally make the case that 2 out of the 5 best players on this basketball team are Tessa Johnson and Joyce Edwards. I can say that. It is. They have to play. They have to play. And we got to get out of this notion that, that everybody is guaranteed a spot, or everybody, because they've been there long enough and they've earned their spot, and all these things in the third and F. Tessa Johnson is the truth. She has to play. Joyce is the truth. She has to play. I wouldn't be upset. Captain Will would not be upset if we roll out on the court on Sunday against North Carolina State with Raven, Powell, Tessa, Chloe, and Joyce. I wouldn't be upset whatsoever. None at all. Because I know that we would get off to a really good start. I know that. And then we maintain the bench accordingly and the minutes accordingly. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Not at all. The second thing, takeaways, going into this North Carolina State basketball game, is Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins practiced yesterday. Returned to practice yesterday and part of the team. What happens next? Does she play? How much she plays? What is her level of fitness? What has she been doing while she was away from the team? Is she in tip-top shape? Is she in basketball shape? Because you can get on the treadmill, you can go out there and run some miles, you can do all those great things. I am a military man. I am a retired Army captain. I did this thing for 22 years, started as an E1 to E7, and then changed over, became an officer, and went to captain, retired, and all these great things. I know what it means to run on the treadmill to get miles, and I know what it means to put some miles on your feet out there in the dirt, out there in the gravel, out there in the sand. I know what that's like. So Ashlyn Watkins could be in tip-top shape in the gym, working out, doing that cardio, but is she in true basketball shape? We don't know that. And my expectation is that she's not. And if she is in tip-top shape, her timing is going to take a little bit to get back to what it was, because she has not been practicing with the team. It's going to take a minute. It's not a plug and play type situation. Say, okay, we're going to see the same Ashlyn Watkins that we saw when we hoisted the banner, when the confetti was falling, when we was cutting down the nets, all those great things. Things have changed for South Carolina, in particular, Ashlyn Watkins. And if you're not in shape, if you're not in top physical condition, or if you haven't done everything that you have done or overdone everything you've been doing to get back on the court, there's a risk of injury. There's a risk of pulling the hamstring, quad. Things could happen. I want to see what's the level of Ashlyn Watkins and what she has going on physically, mentally. Is she going to play? Is she going to get time? And if those things, if she came back and is in tip-top shape, in real basketball shape, if she is able to get her timing back, things change for Sunday. Because you literally have the best defender in the country coming back to this basketball team. You literally have one of the best shot blockers in the country, the best shot blocker in the SEC returning back to the fold. Things will change with a real Ashlyn Watkins. We will see. Number three, Adhel Tac and Maddie McDaniel's status. Adhel Tac played 5 minutes, got 3 rebounds against Michigan. She played a few minutes against Clayton State, played a few minutes against Memphis. You can obviously see the talent, but you also see the rust. You see it with Adhel. So the key for her is also working on timing, making sure she trusts her body. This is a young lady who was injured her senior year in high school, injured her junior year in high school, but she is a ultra talented basketball player. It's going to take time. This is not a type of situation where we are going to throw Adhel Tac into the fire if she is not ready. Physically, mentally, all those great things. Because especially now with Watkins back, it shouldn't have to be that way. We should bring her along slowly. And in terms of Maddie didn't play on Monday. If you was at the game, you saw her warming up with the team. You know, she had some cleanup stuff to go on with her knee. No brace, none of those things. Hopefully we see her really soon. Ladies and gentlemen, and I have to constantly remind folks because people forget of how good Maddie is as a basketball player. Maddie was one of the top point guards in the country in high school. Okay? Maddie is an elite basketball player. We have a top 15 recruit at the end of the bench who hasn't played yet. There are talk about all these great freshmen that are out there in the land. This team and that team has a great freshman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Maddie McDaniel will be one of those freshmen when she get out on the court. You want to talk about a backup point guard? When Powell or when Raven comes out the game, that is Maddie McDaniel. That is the talent that she has. I saw Jelani Cambridge score 30 points with Ohio State. Okay? I also saw Jelani Cambridge and Maddie go head-to-head. In high school, Maddie can ball. Be patient. Help is on the way. Trust me when I say that. And when she is healthy and is unleashed on the opponents, that is another layer of amazingness, of just the bestest thing that's ever going to go down. Trust me, and I have to remind folks about the talent level of Maddie McDaniel because I haven't seen it yet. But believe in me, believe in Captain Will. She is super talented, especially with her hands. Fourth thing. I'm telling you right now. November 7th, I'm going to let you know right now. And Tessa are all SEC talent. I don't know what else we need to see in terms of SEC talent, but Chloe Kitts and Tessa Johnson is that. And not because, Chloe played 31 minutes and had 19 points and 14 rebounds, shot 50% from the field and shot 100% from the free throw line. Not because that at all. Not because she's our best post defender next to Ashlyn Watkins. Not because of that either. Not because Tessa Johnson played 25 minutes, had 15 points, couple rebounds, shot 50% from the field, 50% from three. Not because that either. They are all SEC talent because they put in the work, they put in the sacrifice, and it's coming to fruition. We saw the growth of Tessa from the beginning to the season to the end of the season. You saw it's a completely different person. She gets it. She knows where she's supposed to be. She knows there's no fear. Everything is working out for Tessa Johnson. That's why I said she has to play 25 minutes or more. That is a talent, and I believe that talent every single game. I've been tuning the horn of Chloe Kitts for a minute. When people talking about she's falling down so much, she's not strong enough, she's not this, she's not that. I said that Chloe was going to ball out this season. Chloe proved me right on the first day, the first game of the season. Now I need 35, 37 more games that way. 19 points, 14 rebounds. Not saying that's going to happen every single game, but what I saw in Chloe was a determined basketball player to get to the basket, a player who ain't afraid to rebound. She had 9 defensive rebounds. She had 5 offensive rebounds. And she is confident, and she knows that she has put in the work, and she is one of the best players in the SEC. Chloe Kitts is the truth. Tessa Johnson is the truth. The tea leaves are there. They are 2 of the better players on our basketball team. They have to play a lot of minutes. I love that. The strength of this team, and this brings me to the final point. Point number 5. The perimeter is the strength of this basketball team. It is. Regardless of the fact that Raven had an off game shooting the basketball. It happens. Regardless of the fact that Fulwiley had an off game shooting the basketball. It happens. Whoever is the hot hand between Raven, between Powell, Breezy, Tessa, Fulwiley, Future, Maddie, you go with. You have to. We saw that in this basketball game. We saw that with Fulwiley playing 15 minutes and Tessa playing, 25? Powell played 27 minutes. Raven played 27, 28 minutes. Go was hot. Bree didn't play a ton of minutes in this basketball game. She was in foul trouble early, hit a big shot in the second half. But you go with the players that are lighting it up. You go with the players that are feeling themselves. You go with the players that have that ultimate confidence and are hitting shots. But not necessarily just hitting shots, because this ain't no. This is South Carolina. You got to play some defense too. And there's some defense improvements and defense adjustments that has to be done with North Carolina State. And our guard level of talent is the best in the country in terms of depth. Will Raven have an off shooting game on Sunday? No, she won't. Will Fulwiley have an off game shooting like she did on Monday? No, she won't. This might be a game where Tessa is off. This might be a game where Powell is off. We don't know. But what I do know is 3 out of the 5 players I named are going to play well. We know that. That's going to happen. And whoever those 3 players in the perimeter that plays well will help guide this team to a victory until Watkins is Watkins. When Watkins become Watkins, when Maryam Dauda figures it out on this basketball team, she's a really good basketball player, but she got to figure it out. She has to figure it out, and it's a new system. And she came over for Arkansas. I'm so happy that she has another year with South Carolina. It's going to take some time. But with Watkins, the rotation of Watkins, and you have Chloe, you have Joyce, and you have Sania Feagin sprinkled in. That's a treacherous thing to deal with for opponents. We got a few days before we actually take on North Carolina State, and we're gonna break down North Carolina State intricacy by intricacy and in depth. But those are the 5 takeaways as we go through this process of getting to North Carolina State. Carolina has some work. Carolina has some film study. Carolina will be better on Sunday. And that's bad news for North Carolina State. But we'll dive into that tomorrow. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this